we can jump right into things.
Do it.
Hi guys, welcome to D&D after a whole month. We still don't have an intro.
We will never have an intro.
We will never have an intro. That's just going to be our thing.
Welcome to D&D.
Yeah, hi, welcome to D&D. So it's been a couple of sessions without Izzy, right? Or was it just one? No, it was 2.
I think it was 2.
Yeah.
Or like 1.5. So you guys went to the kid village, interrogated some kids and some guys who were leading kids.
Interrogated is a strong word.
Well,
I don't even know that it's necessarily inaccurate, but it's a strong word, and I mislike that.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Please, no.
Owen stayed back at the monastery. We'll get back to her momentarily. And now y'all are headed back with Flava's old friend X in tow. To talk to the monastery folks and let them know what's going on.
Because somebody's got to.
And you have Alon back. He was not horribly kidnapped.
Thank goodness.
Mistaken for a giant. So I believe, actually, let me start here. Daarka, did Skinna put the tiny hut back up?
Sure.
Stayed down.
Yeah, let's say she did.
Okay. So everybody wakes up still under the little hut. Like nothing happened.
Well, of course not.
Uh-huh. Unless anybody has any conversations they want to have or things they want to do before setting off, you guys, I assume, pack up camp and head off to the monastery?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. So you guys were... Oh, how far... How far away were you guys? I'm trying to think. I think you were like another day.
I think that's correct, yeah.
Alright.
That sounds right, yes.
So, you guys travel throughout the day. Get back to the monastery. Nothing super interesting happens. You don't get ambushed along the way. And as you guys approach the monastery, I think X had already mentioned that he was going to hang back. He's not actually going in. So he kind of like pulls off to the side and he's like, I will set up camp here. You all free to go in.
Of course. So yeah, Ice at least will head straight in.
Alright. Yeah, Exuberance and Alon are right on your heels. Everybody else?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys get into the monastery and things are kind of business as usual. There's groups of kids training, with the teachers kind of overseeing them. And where is Owen?
That part, I don't know.
Well, let me rephrase. What part of the monastery do you think she would be hanging out in, like, in the evening time? It's like a little past dinner time.
Oh, she'd still be in the dining hall,
Okay.
sitting at a table with all of her well, not her mapping stuff today. She's got a couple of rocks sitting on the table and a few scratchy instrument tools and some glass blowing stuff just kind of scrambled about.
Alright. So are you guys going straight in to try and find Owen and the headmaster and everybody, or are you asking around? What are y'all doing?
I don't see a reason to not just go look for them or ask after them.
Okay.
So that is probably how Ice would approach that.
I forgot.
Yeah, round up Owen, go see Headmaster.
Alright. Aura kind of catches up to you guys about the time you make it to the dining hall,
Mhm.
and seems relieved to see you guys back with Alon in tow, and everybody seems unharmed. She's very glad for that. And kind of guides you guys over to where Owen is hanging out. She's been spending time with her.
Good.
And... Oh, I forgot to fade. Oh well. Next. So yes, Owen is back with the party.
Yay!
So
Welcome
Owen,
back.
everybody walks up. Exuberance gives you a wave.
Sorry. As soon as she sees everybody, she's kind of a little bit confused and looks up and then back down at her map that she has set aside off in the far corner.
Mhm.
I have been looking everywhere for you guys. I think I've mapped every corner of this place that I could find, and I haven't seen any of you. It feels like it's been days.
We told
It's
her that
been
we were
days.
leaving, right?
You left?
I thought we did.
Oh.
We did.
I maybe didn't hear it.
She
Oh.
was kind of half asleep. She might have missed it.
That's fair.
That's on us. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm not mad. I just thought you guys were really quiet for a while, which is unusual.
Yeah.
Mm.
Man, that doesn't sound like us at all.
No, I mean, everywhere we go, I can pretty much find you right away. Especially Ice, because you're so fast. Everybody's always watching you.
The shade. Exuberance is laughing.
And rightly so.
Yeah.
Kaleva mouthed the word zoomies.
Perfect. Constant zoomies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
So,
Can we
Alon,
rename his movement speed Zoomies on D&D Beyond?
yes, we should do that. I agree.
I would if I could.
Yeah. Every time you move. So Ice gets the zoomies, and he's gonna move over here. Oh,
Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just type up a homebrew version of Tabaxi and replace the feline agility name with Zoomies.
perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it.
Love it.
Done. Everything else is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Anyway, you guys head off to find the headmaster, who's thankfully not missing this time.
Good.
Yeah. And I can find his little icon. I'm gonna put him on the map too. Oh, that's not where I wanted him. So who is leading the way?
I figure probably me, since
Okay.
this is sort of my space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you and Owen pretty much know it the best now.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's hanging out in his study, where y'all had tea with him after solving his riddles. And he looks up as you guys come in and gives a big ol' smile and waves you in. To, come, sit down.
Good afternoon, morning,
Evening.
evening.
Yeah, it's like a little after. Oh, yep. Thank you.
No problem.
One day I will remember to use. One day.
What a kind universe, setting the time to look
I
like it's
know.
the correct
It's
time.
so nice.
We found a lawn.
So I see. What great mission did you send him off on? Because I don't think you guys told
No, we didn't tell anybody.
anybody.
Very specifically did not.
Uh-huh.
Well, on our way here, we ran into some teenagers out in the woods along the road who tried to kidnap Skinner. And apparently there's a lot of them living out there. So we wanted to find out what was going on with all of that. So I thought I would have Elon look into it for us.
Yes, that is a bit concerning. And you didn't mention this?
Well, I wanted to make sure that I knew what was going on before I brought it to anyone's attention to make decisions about what to do with it.
Well, what did you find?
There's some people who have been picking up children who were intended to be brought to us and raising them in a small village, actually. It seems fairly benign. And like it might not be a terrible idea to leave it be or even work with them.
And he kind of furrows his brow and tilts his head for a minute. Then looks at Skinner. And they tried to kidnap you?
I believe they mistook me for a child.
But benign?
It's been a point of discussion.
Do you disagree?
Not particularly, I wouldn't say that I do. It's more that I suppose it had to be expressed in no uncertain terms to those in this village why we took issue with it, because they were initially quite defensive, but we were coming in obviously with the experience of having it certainly not feel benign, but I believe we have a better understanding of it now, and it's not as concerning as it was prior.
He looks back to Ice and kind of tilts his head the other way. And he would like to not continue, to I lost the word.
No.
I'd like for us to negotiate some kind of arrangement or treaty with them.
Yes. Can you explain why?
Because I feel like often the children that are brought here are unsuited for our training, and that what they learn is not necessarily what they need. Whereas something like this, where the kids were taught to farm, be guards, normal lives might be more useful to them. But I don't like that they have taken the initiative to be the ones to decide that.
How long have they been there?
A while. I don't remember if we actually asked that question.
No, I feel like you got a bit of a timeline on the tiefling kids.
Yeah, I know it's been years.
Yeah,
Probably in the neighborhood of a decade, but I don't remember
close
if we
to
had a
it.
better idea than that.
Yeah, okay. He kind of nods. The numbers had been dipping. I noticed that.
I should also mention that they did intend to come and speak with us at one point.
Did they?
Yeah. Posen would be the one to talk to about that. Sorry, Master Posen. Ice would have said it correctly the first time. I didn't think that way.
No,
Sorry.
you're fine. I assume he got to them first.
Aggressively so. Well,
Interesting.
he was the first authority figure that they found here.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Interesting he chose never to mention this. I will have a word with him myself. Do you all agree this is a good course of action then?
I agree that seeking some manner of cooperation is probably in everybody's best interest.
As I suppose the other options wouldn't suit anyone.
I believe they'd be needlessly messy.
I like that. Needlessly messy. I will have to use that in the future. He looks to Kaleva. He kind of lifts a brow. What about you?
What about me?
How do you feel about this?
It's not my business.
If it were.
I mean, yeah, working together with them seems the better choice. The kid that tried to kidnap Scanna was just an idiot kid who made a stupid choice. There wasn't anything malevolent intended in that.
I do feel that way as well, for whatever it's worth. And I actually ended up speaking to him later, and he was appropriately remorseful. And, when they're that young, their frontal lobes aren't done developing, so they can't foresee the consequences of their actions particularly well. And I think that was just a symptom of that, which is what we saw. When he was able to actually comprehend the consequences of his actions, he did not really condone them anymore, but it's also possible he was quite reprimanded.
He's just kind of nodding as you speak. Afterwards, murmurs, frontal lobes, yes.
Yana,
Yes.
I'm not an anatomist. Does that mean part of the skull isn't open?
Skenna kind of glances towards the people that they're talking to, and then just kind of leans in to more privately talk to Owen and just goes, no, it's our brains develop as we mature, and the frontal lobe is, and she just kind of taps her own forehead. It's the brain that's kind of closer to this part, and it's still there, but it doesn't finish fully developing like a flower that's blossoming until young adulthood.
Okay, thank you.
Of
I was a
course.
little worried for a minute.
No, you're fine.
They're missing part of their skull.
Wait till she hears about soft spots.
Oh, no.
If you say I'm baby too many times, then a soft spot reforms in the center of your skull, and the devil puts a straw in there like you're a Capri Sun and sucks your soul out.
What the fuck?
Please keep role playing.
Oh, God. You had me. And then the devil showed up.
This is also said by Skenna in character.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's how the devil gets you. He
Owen
lures you
just
in
quietly
first.
backs away towards the edge.
Everybody else was the devil.
Kaleva coughs.
Oh, no.
It was you all along.
Poking holes in
betrayal.
kids' heads like they're Capri Suns. Classic Kaleva.
That's what the horns are for.
Ooh. That's-
Anyway. Horrible. Oh, missed you guys. Oh, Lord.
Why?
I'm gonna have
you not
weird dreams
heard me
now.
laughing? I know. So,
Where were we?
Frontal lobes.
frontal lobes.
Frontal
Oh,
lobe,
yeah.
yep.
Right. Yeah. And Alana and
they-
Exuberance both also kind of nod and speak up in support of this course of action. And he kind of clasps his hands on the table and gives a big nod and says, I will gather the rest of the teachers, have a word with them, especially Posen, and we will handle this matter. Hi, Astrid.
I would also ask that you keep Elan in the loop. When I was speaking with them about it, they expressed that they would prefer him as a go-between.
Alon gives a big nod and says, yeah, they liked me. What, Annie? I have a girl.
No.
Does anybody else have anything they would like to address with the headmaster?
Don't think so.
Not I.
Alright.
I think outside of this, we had already had all the
Uh-huh.
discussions we needed. He and I.
Yeah. Oh, before you go, he
Mhm.
does hold up a finger and point at you, Ice.
Mhm.
He says, regarding something you said about the children there. It kind of gives you this little smile. Do you feel you were well suited to our training here?
Oh, of course.
I'm glad. I agree. But I also agree that not all children are. So perhaps it would be nice to have a place we can send those that do not wish to be part of our way.
That's my hope.
Well, you all enjoy your evening, and you're welcome to stay as long as you like. You don't have to rush off from your adventures, but if you do choose to do so, come and see me before you leave. Astrid! 1 second, I'm sorry.
It's okay. What's she getting into now?
She knocked something down the stairs.
Sounds right.
So we quit after that. Keep going. Oh. Okay, sorry.
Welcome back.
So, can you guys hear Foss upstairs?
No?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I can't.
I mean, I only heard them when you had stepped away, but I didn't hear them otherwise.
Okay, cool. They raid at the same time that we game, so.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And our room is just a one big room now. I mean, I could go in the living room, but there's a 4-year-old there.
Yeah,
So-
that's going to be a whole new sound problem.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are free to do what you would like with the evening. Are you staying here? Are you camping? What's everybody thinking?
Other than letting X know what we're doing, I don't see any reason we need to leave tonight, because we'd just be camping outside immediately afterwards.
Right.
Mhm.
And we could get a better meal if we were here. And replenish
Probably
supplies
better
in the
to
morning.
sleep too.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
1 second.
Mm-hmm. I'll wait until he's back. How's everybody feeling?
My stomach's being funky.
Do what?
My stomach is being funky.
No.
I know.
Okay, sorry.
That's all good.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to answer a message.
How dare you?
I know.
Did y'all hear that knock at my door, by the way?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know how much sound my mic will pick up in here yet, so I'm checking.
I didn't hear it.
Good.
Alright. So, come on.
Oh, actually,
Hmm?
as they settle down that night,
Mm-hmm.
Kaleva's going to want to ask Anna something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's going to keep it like it's not a private conversation or anything, but so, is there a chance you could send a message to Jules? What was her name? Alora? The
The mom?
from yeah,
Yeah. Allura.
yeah. Is there a chance you could send a message to Alora and ask if there's a place where we could, um, like a drop point or something where we could send messages back and forth if we wanted to keep in touch?
Sure. And Daarka will open up her app and Scanna's just gonna send Alora a message and say, "This is Scanna. Kaleva was wondering if there's a place we can send messages to keep in contact with you." And that's it.
Okay. There's a little bit of a pause, and then you get back. Oh, hello. I don't know. I'm trying to think. How she would word this, because I forgot about that. We have friends in Skyquill, or a courier can bring things here. How many words is that?
14.
Thank you. Oh, is this is sending?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Shoot. Yeah, she'll say, our letters can go to Skyquill. Oh. Unless otherwise notified.
Okay. Scanna will just turn back to Kaleva and be like, it sounds like basically you can send a courier to send something directly to New Shadow Glen, or you can send stuff to Skyquill and it will get to them. They, I guess, have friends there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I just wanted to be able to. I mean, Kaleva's actually stuttering a little bit because he's kind of self-conscious here. He's like, just in case they wanted to send something back to us, but since we move around a lot, I didn't know if like there would be a good place for them to send anything.
Well, we can write
But
them a
yes,
letter if you want, and we'll have more opportunity to elaborate on where they might be able to send stuff back to us.
yeah.
Skyquill would
I mean,
probably be a much better drop-off point for them than New Shadow Glen, so we don't have to go back there.
right. Plus, Skyquill's kind of middle of the continent around that, so.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, yeah. But I don't know how much farther we're going to be traveling up north. I mean, if we're catching up to CNL, then quite a bit, so,
Right.
but we'll make sure that we find a way to keep in contact with them if that's what you want.
Right. And yeah, that's all I wanted to do, so.
Okay. Exuberance is going to look over at Owen and kind of like give her a big old grin. She's like, so what have you been up to?
Oh, I think Izzy went to grab a drink.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Whoops.
Oh, it's in chatter. That's why. Oops. And then I clicked out of the whole dang channel. It's really useful.
Good job. Well done.
Owen just stares blankly into space.
What happened? Dude.
Who even knows, man?
Are you just determined to hang out with me? Oh. Are you gonna lay on my back? Oh. Oh, okay. Just gonna walk down my back to get to the rest of the stairs. I see how it is.
Oh yeah. As they do.
Yeah, it's not you she's after.
Please don't lick my ankle. You weirdo cat. Hi. Trying to think if there's anything else for this evening before Izzy gets back.
I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, hi. No, you're fine.
Welcome
Hi.
back.
So Exuberance grins at you, Owen, and is like, so what have you been up to while we were gone?
A couple of things. Since I was trying to find everybody, I just started making a map of the monastery. I thought it might be useful to make sure that I could cross places off as I went. It wasn't any help because you guys weren't here. So that's fine. And then I decided I had a couple of things I could work on that might be useful in battle. Well, one thing that might be useful in battle, it makes a loud noise. It might do something. The other one is I made my lantern sound like fire, so that when I light it, it crackles.
That's actually kind of nice.
What, like
I
a
thought it-
fireplace?
Yeah, I thought it would be comforting. I
Huh.
think I have it stored in my bag, but I'll show it to you guys as soon as I get it out. And then I worked on Badger's loot home for a little while. It's coming along nicely, but it's hard to find carpet that will fit such small space.
Oh my god. I forgot about that.
Have you considered something other than carpet? Because the fibers for those are gonna be like huge in comparison to a mouse. Maybe something like felt.
Felt would be better and easier to cut. I hadn't thought of it at all. I was thinking about moss at first, but he might chew through that too quickly.
Well, if that's your concern, then he'd chew through the felt pretty quickly too.
And no matter
But-
what, he's gonna poop on all of it, so.
Well, yeah. And if you just put loose moss in there, that would be nice for him to nest in, and then you can change it out regularly.
We can find moss everywhere we go, too. I'm
It's
gonna
true.
go with the moss. So, what were you guys doing?
Much more boring things than that.
We investigated a kid
Mhm.
village. Not just one.
Like a whole village of them.
Like a whole village of kids. There were just so many kids.
There are really no adults watching them? What is he doing?
No, I
was a
mean, there
couple.
are adults.
They were
There's
adults.
like 2 whole adults.
Two
We-
whole adults.
We did see only 2 adults, that's correct.
And one of them didn't even stay there. He was just visiting.
There
I
might
guess I
just be
set
one
off pretty
adult.
young, too.
It's a little bit different than that. It's a colony of underaged minors. and 1 adult, and sometimes maybe a drow.
What are they mining? Sorry, that was a really bad one.
Scanna just kind of looks blankly, just goes whoosh. I mean, they're really doing more farming than anything else.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. They were mining vegetables.
I think she means mining as in mining rocks.
Why would
But
they be
no,
mining?
miner's the word for adolescence.
They were mining vegetables.
Oh.
All the kids and their dad.
Yeah.
I think it would almost be less weird if they were a family, but no, I don't think he's their dad.
There'd be a lot of kids.
Because otherwise what you're describing is a cult, and I've seen those before.
It might be a cult. It's not the worst cult I've ever heard of, if that's the case, but it might be a cult. I'm not brushed up on my definition of a cult.
I mean, they're not worshipping anything.
Is
There
that
doesn't
the
seem to be a
criteria?
religious aspect.
I don't know.
Usually,
Okay.
as far as I know.
Well, it's a non-spiritual cult then. I don't know. But
Sure.
it's just a lot of children and 1.5 adults.
And some like
Right.
older teens.
They're children.
Owen
Yeah.
looks kind of alarmed for a second. By half? What do you mean?
I mean, he's not there all the time. He's a whole person. Don't worry.
Okay.
Is X with them?
No.
No, he's camped outside the monastery.
The half person that's a whole person is gonna travel with us a little bit, so you'll meet him in a bit.
Okay.
I promise he's a whole person.
Although
Poor
I'm
word
very
choice.
excited to tell him that he is the half of the 1.5 adults there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, there might be more adults. You guys weren't there for very long.
Well, we did go exploring.
You did.
No adults.
We theoretically could have missed them, but on the other hand, it's way funnier to say it this way.
Yeah. I like that it also implies that Jove just cooks so much every day.
That's just all he does all the
Yeah.
time is cook.
That's why he was grumpy. You guys interrupted his cooking.
Do you understand how many mouths I have to feed?
Yeah.
Oh, and the other person we're traveling with is a drow by the name of X. He was actually my old gang leader back in New Shadowglen.
Yeah, that's the half person.
I'm sorry, his name is X?
I know,
Yeah.
it's a thing.
No, it's really familiar. I met somebody with that name and it couldn't be the same?
Describe them.
Wow. I'm so tired.
I'm sitting
That
here
was the
like,
most deadpan expression that ever came out of Skinner's mouth.
Describe. I'm so tired of all of this.
I'm really glad I conveyed all that properly.
because I haven't looked at their description in a second, I'm just going to say Owen will describe X, or
Yeah.
at least how she remembers them.
Oh, and how did you meet this X that you know?
Traveling. I think it was more than once. Sometimes time gets a little bit misty when you go everywhere at once and then back the other way.
Sure, excuse me?
Yeah, sounds right.
Hang on.
Well,
wait. Okay, hang on. Owen, do you time travel? Have you been holding that out on us?
no, I mean, okay, so there are times when I'll kind of forget how long between something has been and when it's actually been. I think
Okay.
you guys have been gone for like a day, but it might have been a couple of days. I saw X maybe a couple of months ago, but it was probably a few years ago because I was with you guys a couple of months ago. Does that make
No.
sense?
Well, it's really only been a matter of weeks, I think, that we've all been together. But yes, it makes sense, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what were your interactions with them like? What happened? How, like, even if the time is blurry to you, do you remember how you interacted?
Skinner's like, tell me everything.
I tried to help him make maps. He was curious about it. I think I have a few still in my scroll box that he hasn't finished yet. I'll have to see if he's been practicing because I gave him all the appropriate rulers to make the ratios with. Sorry, that doesn't, excuse me, matter.
You had a whole spare set for him?
I really just let him use the back of mine because I didn't always have enough paper, and we were kind of in between places.
Oh, I meant the rulers.
Oh, yeah, the rulers. I keep a lot of those because I
Okay.
lose them. Yeah.
That
And
is
drawing,
such a
because
prude.
he was kind of, sorry, Kaleva, he was kind of moody.
Yeah,
a lot
that
moody.
checks.
No,
That
that's
checks.
you don't have to apologize for that one. He makes it very apparent.
So I tried to help him draw a couple of times to relax. It maybe helped.
She's
well,
so pure.
Yeah, just
everything's
don't
confusing.
take it personally. Don't take it personally. That's just how X rolls.
Does anybody else have prior history with this individual? Can we just discuss it now?
Not that I know of.
Okay, just want to be sure.
Exuberance raises her hand.
Really?
So the other day we went to this kid village.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to bed now. Good night.
Nice. So tired.
Owen kind of looks at the rest of the group and is like, "Did I do something wrong by knowing them?"
No, absolutely not.
Man, can you imagine it being a mistake to know somebody, like, to another person? Like, how dare you know them?
That would be awkward.
Yeah.
Skinna's just lying face down on her bedroll. You're fine, Owen. I'm sorry. I'm very tired.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long couple weeks.
That's fair.
Olivia leans
This is
over
fair.
and says quietly to Owen, he's like, Skinna and X don't really get along that well.
Has she tried the drawing thing with him? I mean, he's okay at it. He can do trees. I can only do trees too.
Oh, and the map maker. I can only do trees.
She can do trees, rocks, bridges, and some architecture. If you ask her to draw a person, it's gonna be a stick figure.
Mood.
Yeah.
No, I don't think she's tried drawing with him yet, but we'll keep that on the table for the future.
I mean, he's not the easiest, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So we all go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And the next morning, the monastery is gone. No, I'm kidding.
Oh shit.
We'll wake
That's
up.
fine. We were leaving anyways.
Yeah. We don't need those people to exist. It's fine.
It
I mean, we
despawned.
could use
It's
the
cool.
supplies.
It'll load back in when we come back this way.
Yeah. You just have to hit F5 a couple of times. It's fine.
Yeah.
So, no, you guys wake up. It's breakfast time.
Mhm.
It's another boring breakfast. Sorry.
Aw,
They still haven't discovered cinnamon ones.
Owen's
Skinna's
trying to
depression
find something
worsens.
sweet for Skinna because she still feels bad.
They probably have, like, honeyed biscuits. It's about as close as it gets.
She just kind of looks at them and goes, "Really?
I mean,
How do you not at least have scones for breakfast?
What's a scone?
Are you serious?"
It's kind of just like a lump of bread, but like really nicer than that. That's a very crude way
frosting.
of putting it. Well, some of them don't have frosting.
Those ones are not scones, those are rocks.
Well, I can't wholeheartedly disagree with you.
A lump of bread that's nice and like a rock, but
It's more
ice?
of a pastry. It's not really a bread as much as like a pastry bread. I don't know. I'm not a baker.
And you like them?
It's kind of sweet and good tasting.
You like those cinnamon roll things, so I guess I will trust you until I can try one of these scones myself.
Don't worry, there's an obscenely common amount of pastries in this continent.
It's because the DM likes bread.
Gosh.
Oh my god.
What?
I'm sorry, I drank a lot of soda really fast and it came back up on me.
Oh no. Okay, so let's see. Ilan and Aura are staying. Exuberance is going with you guys.
Mhm.
And them down here because they don't exist anymore. Object permanence with characters. What? They do offer you guys as many supplies as you need. Some rations,
Good.
things like that.
And then I believe we have one more visit with the headmaster,
Yes.
since he requested it.
Yes. Sorry. He is actually walking in the hallway when you guys go to find him.
Mhm.
Headed for his study, but not there yet. And he sees you coming and he says, is it that time?
It is, yes.
After me, after me. He gestures you all in and opens up the little door to the like secret relic area and kind of holds up a hand and says, all of you wait here.
I didn't put this room on the map.
It's okay. It probably shouldn't be on the map.
That's fair.
So he dips into the item room and comes back out a few minutes later, holding what looks to be an armful of like half plate, basically. But it's very shiny and sparkly and kind of crystalline in structure. And Ice, you remember bringing this to the monastery.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
Mhm.
Shit's heavy.
Mm-hmm. Well, this one is a bit lighter.
I have a 10 strength.
Okay, yeah, no, that was heavy.
Anything that vaguely looks like plate is like, fuck that, that's heavy.
Yeah. He carries it out and doesn't seem to be having any trouble doing so.
Tavi?
And he holds it up. It's Um, he holds it up and he kind of looks over it and then looks at you guys a little bit concerned. He says, "You remember the discussion that we had about the light eater?"
Yes.
I believe this item may be one of the ones that it might see.
You're not giving it to us, are you?
I'm afraid I am.
Can I ask why?
It will be much safer with you.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Why would it be after this?
That was the next question, yes.
And he looks troubled, which is not an expression that he generally ever has.
Yeah, no.
You've never seen him, like, concerned like this. And he says, finally, I saw it in a dream.
Oh.
The night you all left to go find Elan. I dreamed of it being taken from my my store here. And I believe it should not be here. And he looks at Kaleva and kind of points a finger at him. Says, I saw another dream immediately following, with you wearing it.
Kaleva blinks and then looks more closely at this crystal armor, was it?
Yes. It is light, flexible, and very beautiful. Reflects light off of its surface is kind of faceted like crystal. But it seems to move really easily. Easier than it maybe looks like it will initially. And it's like pristine. Since the first dream I had was full of death. And the second one was not.
I guess there's no better place to keep an eye on it, better than to leave it in a monastery full of children.
Scanna extends a hand and just goes, may I hold it for just a minute?
You may.
And once she gets it in her hands, she will start casting Identify, which takes 11 minutes.
Okay.
While she does that, Kaleva is just going to consider it, and then he's going to remove his cuirass, and he's going to turn an offer to Owen.
No.
Thank you.
This is the
angel?
The cuirass, the cuirass of the angel, the one that allows you to sprout wings.
You're giving it to me?
Yeah. It
Just
suits you
for
better than it suits
borrowing,
me.
right?
No, you can have it.
But I already have wings. You like to fly, don't you?
It's not really my thing. I just think you would appreciate it a lot more than I would.
I do. I don't know how to thank you.
You're my friend, that's enough.
Oh.
We're friends. And she's tearing up with like the biggest smile on her face.
Kaleva starts looking really flustered. He's like, I mean, yeah, I had assumed so.
Skenna's still focusing on her casting, but
I
she's
think someone's
cracking a
just happy
smile.
to hear you say it. Thank you. I'll
Yeah.
take care of it and I'll practice every day. I gotta
Sure.
work on not crashing.
Gotta work on the landings. You'll get the hang
Harder
of it.
than it. I know I will. Harder than it looks. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of heights, so. Yeah, you're welcome. And he clears his throat and shuffles off a little bit. Waits for Skin to finish.
Y'all are so cute.
So yeah, you get the Cuirass of the Angel is a medium armor breastplate. AC 14.
So if
I think you
you
can
go,
pull it up on the thing.
yeah, if you go to your equipment tab on D&D Beyond and hit
Okay.
Manage Equipment by the search
Yes.
bar, it's QUI, and then it should pop up.
Oh, I see.
CUI?
Add it. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. CUI. You know,
Cure
queer.
ass.
Cuirass.
You can add it, and then you can mark the little box next to it, and that will make it so that you quit.
Shit.
And let me know if it gives you any problems.
Seems to have worked.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Woo!
I'm not
And-
tearing up.
Oh.
Oh. There you go. And Skinna, once your identify casts, you find that this is a crystalline half plate +1, which is also in D&D Beyond. And it should be better than what you were wearing before.
Oh shit.
Not by like a huge amount, but
Yeah, it boosted my AC 1. Thank you.
yeah. It's actually kind of hard without going like into even bigger stuff to get it much higher
Yeah, yeah.
without having stealth disadvantage, which this does not have.
Right, right.
But yeah, it's so I'll read the full thing. It's crystalline armor while is a light crystalline. Oh, that's written badly. Is a light, flexible, and incredibly beautiful armor reflecting any light off of its faceted surfaces. While it appears dramatic and ornamental, the armor hinders your movement less than regular armor of its type. If it normally imposes disadvantage on dexterity checks or has a strength requirement, this one does not. And it never becomes dirty or damaged looking unless it is completely destroyed.
They're like Ingrid armor.
Oh man, a little bit. Now that you say that.
Is
It
it
always
iridescent pink?
no.
Then you're probably fine.
So now you're a little tankier.
Yay! The rockhound didn't appreciate the crystal.
Oh my. I was looking at your character sheet and I accidentally clicked something and I got you a natural 20 on an athletics check.
Oh, thanks. Can we save that?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Crystal for that. I thought it was a pillow. To my horror,
can
that
see
might
that.
be a really
I'm look-
uncomfortable pillow.
Yeah. It would just eat your ear.
Peleva's gonna realign some chakras, bitch.
There we
So
go.
does Skida do anything after identifying it, or?
It's not going to hinder you, I suppose, and it should fit comfortably, but it's just really good armor. And she hands it over to him. Nothing magical or enchanted that I could tell.
I wonder why the Lady Eater wants it. He'll put it on.
It doesn't seem like it would have any particular use to him. It's literally just nice armor.
I have a feeling there are going to be a few items that seem rather mundane. I will be doing what I can to find out what I can, although my reach is a bit limited from here. I will let you know if I have any other dreams.
I just wish there was a better way of identifying these things rather than just relying on dreams.
By casting Identify, did Skenna pick up any, tags on the listing that were, Light Eater fetish?
No,
Okay.
unfortunately not.
Wouldn't that be kind of hilarious?
I mean, it takes her 11 minutes to cast it. It's not broken or anything. She'd just be able to know. But oh well.
Nope. Just seems like a normal thing. I mean, it's a rare thing. It's not very
Clearly.
every day you see a crystal piece of armor, but otherwise it's just armor.
Peleva's gonna wear it over his undershirt, but then have his tunic over the top of it, just so it's
That's probably smart.
yeah.
Just kind of reaches out and just kind of pokes it so that the contours of his shirt fall into the contours of the crystals and it makes him look bumpy.
Peleva does it in a couple other places too.
It's like a lot of tumors.
It's a medical condition.
They're hard. That means that they're probably malignant.
Anyway, you guys heading out after this, or does anybody else have anything they need to do?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so.
Okay. So you guys stock up and pack up and head out.
So We'll head over to X's camp first. Pick him up.
Yeah, you guys get there, and he, like, looks shocked for a moment. Wait.
You did it!
I did it! And then just kind of murmurs, Nenorthorn?
You remembered my full name. Do you know how many people remember my full name?
Hopefully more than just me.
2 that I know of so far.
I remember.
What he said. Okay, 3.
It's,
Have you been working on your map making?
no, I'm afraid I have not.
I have some you can finish. They're still in my scroll pack.
Sorry, he's not laughing. I just love her so much. He kind of like shakes his head a little bit. It's like, no, it's fine.
You know what I told you about practice. You're never gonna get anywhere if you don't practice.
It's true.
Only
You're
bad,
not.
just the biggest shit-eating smirk on his face.
You have to hone your skills, X, or else you're not going to be able to actually accomplish the things that you set out to do.
Well, fortunately, map making is not one I'm especially tied to.
Well, not with how much you've not been practicing.
No. I've been a bit occupied with other things. Honing other skills.
Where are we headed?
North, I believe.
Yes. We'll have to take this path down back towards Skyquill, and then over into the Thunderous Expanse. That will be the best place to reach the Tiefling village. I assume that's where we're still headed.
Mm-hmm.
At least first, yes.
Oh man, Owen, did you guys tell Owen about the Tiefling village?
I don't think we did.
I don't think so.
Owen's in for a treat. A whole village of Kalevas.
Strangely, he does not seem thrilled about this.
Exuberance seems curious if apprehensive. If you guys don't mind, we can go ahead and take a break real quick. It's a little early, but I need to plug my phone in. I have to go get my cord.
That sounds like a good place.
Okay. So we'll break for 10 minutes, and then we'll come back, and you guys will...
All right. Break time.
Break time!
Huzzah!
Nighttime. Sorry.
You're good.
Yes, sir.
That was a noise.
He's good at those.
Mine has thankfully fallen asleep for now, and I only got 30 minutes of squeaks.
Only 30. Oh.
Oh my goodness, what a talker mouth.
He's upsetty spaghetti.
I kind of imagine he does a little dance sometimes, does he?
Not really a dance, he just kind of paces.
Oh.
He'll run
cute
from
baby.
he'll run from the front window to the back porch. Just to follow to see whoever's walking their dog out to the yard.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Well, that didn't take as long as I thought. Okay, good. Are people still gone? Just Justin.
Justin.
I'm back.
Okay. Alright, welcome back.
Oh, I can finally take my watch off.
Who still wears a watch nowadays?
I know, right?
If you're in medical, you gotta have one. I use it for timing how long patients can stand or sit unsupported.
I suppose it's a bit easier than having your phone out.
Yeah. I mean, you can do it with your phone, but you always risk the higher-ups thinking that you're, surfing or something, so...
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think at one point they also said they had stopwatches, but those would get lost. So yeah, I got a watch, which is nice, but I have an imprint in my arm.
Yep.
Tight watch.
Yeah, actually, I probably just did have the band too tight.
Oh, I finally found it. Tavi being a nosy neighbor.
What a nerd.
That's how my blinds get broken. He sticks his nose through the slats, then pulls them down, and they just started snapping, and I have to tape them back together.
No, Tommy.
Our cats do that. So,
Although they usually use their paws.
yeah. But only because their heads aren't strong enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tavi's got that big long nose.
Mm-hmm.
Works as a hand.
That's so funny. Well, hello. Welcome back from break.
Thank you, thank you.
Huzzah!
I'm gonna be muting periodically because I'm eating popcorn.
How dare you?
But you guys met up with X, and he is going to lead the way to the Tiefling village.
Yay!
Woo!
I'm actually taking a look at the astromap real quick. If it will load. Okay. Here we go. Welcome, everybody.
Woo.
So we're here. He's moving you along this direction.
I'm still
first.
loading in.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
It's weird.
Nope, I see it.
Let me know when everybody's here.
I'm in.
Nope, I
I'll
gotta
load.
refresh.
Okay. Is it giving you trouble?
It won't even refresh. Hang on.
What the heck?
That's no bueno.
What were these other pins that are stuck in this now?
I believe they were places on the list that Lark had.
There were confirmed
yes.
sightings of the
Oh,
creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Cool.
It's still even showing me that you're here, but it's not showing me.
That's one of my browsers, which I haven't tried
Yeah.
refreshing yet. Just keep going.
Okay. So. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. So you guys start off at the monastery, and you do have to come down through the mountains path again to get back on the road. You don't have to actually go through Skyquill unless you want to, but it is a decent place to stop, and you know you're welcome there. And he does mark a spot on the map that I imagine.
Spot?
What?
X marks the spot.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Yep. He does. Now I'm going to leave.
Bye.
No. He marks a section on the map of where the Tiefling village is kind of set up, and it is a decent ways off of the main road through the Thunderous Expanse. That the road has kind of been plotted in a way to avoid most of the like stable weak spots between the material plane and the Fey realm that are always there. It kind of avoids those, and then the large storms that kind of just stay in place all the time. But there are still others that move, and it's still a pretty dangerous journey. But he seems to know kind of what to expect, at least.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm. So you have, let's see, I believe it was 5 days to Skyquill.
That sounds about right.
Are you going all the way there? Or are you heading off to the road? What are y'all planning to do?
I mean, I'm cool with just following X's lead on this.
Same.
All right. Sorry. Unless anybody has a strong opinion otherwise, he elects to skip Skyquill.
Okay.
But the travel in that direction seems to go okay, and then shortly before you would normally reach Skyquill, he kind of veers you off the path a bit to a main road. Hey, excuse me. I am also eating a popsicle and accidentally swallowed a piece whole and very cold.
Oops.
Yeah. There we go. As you guys start to head down the main road that, like, caravans that have to go through the Thunderous Expanse and such take, he does kind of pause everybody and turn to face you guys. This is so... There are bandits in this area. I'll warn you of that now. But they will likely leave us alone. I assume you all can adequately defend yourselves if we are attacked.
Yes.
Why?
Or defend each other at least.
Why would you presume that they would leave us alone?
We're rather a large group.
That, yes. And I do travel this area quite often, so they are familiar with me. They know I typically don't have anything of their interest.
Yeah, if anyone tries anything, they'll learn quickly enough.
Right.
But anyway, Kaleva will keep his ears and nose open.
Okay. He does ask if you guys have decided on what you would do if you do end up in the Feywild before you reach the village.
Well, we know not to use our actual names. And I think we agreed it was best to search out a guide to help us get back if we needed.
That is wise.
Sounds right. That's what I recall at least.
Yes, it's typically not advised to stay there very long if you can avoid it. And stay together.
Got it.
They do sometimes like to add to their numbers by capturing wanderers. And if you separate, they won't hesitate.
Good to know.
Any questions before we head in?
Not that I can think of.
You told us all the cons. What are the pros of this walk?
At the other end of it is a village full of tiefling who will be overjoyed to meet at least a few of you.
Do they have bacon?
Absolutely.
Sold. I mean, bandits I'm pretty sure we could handle. The other thing sounds a little scary.
Rightfully so. Children's stories like to paint the Feywild one way, and it really shouldn't.
I've always heard magic and whimsy in the same sentence when people talk about the Feywilds.
Oh, there certainly is that.
But I'm guessing from the tone of it, that's not all.
No.
I've been benevolent.
What'd you say?
It's not usually benevolent.
It can be, but there are many that are not. Lots of teeth.
Excuse me, what?
Teeth?
What is it with teeth?
I'm not
Well,
sure. I'm that sure.
You know, when we were up in the mountains, fighting the minions of the Light Eater originally, there was just a lot of teeth. Like a jar full of teeth. There were missing teeth. A golden skull full of human teeth.
Don't skulls normally have human teeth?
It was just, I mean, it wasn't like an actual human skull. It was a gold skull, but someone had put human teeth in it.
Oh, I remember it vaguely. It wasn't something I looked closely at, I guess.
Just why teeth? I don't understand. Anyway, let's move on.
When I say teeth in the Feywild, I mean things that have them.
Oh, that's
and
fair.
them. Yes. The kind of teeth you are familiar with.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
All right. Off we go then.
All right.
You head into the Thunderous Expanse. So, yeah. So the Thunderous Expanse has been... Oh, no. Oh. Sorry. My popsicle fell.
Oh,
Oh, why did you drop it?
I didn't. It fell off the stick. It's been described to you all a few times in character. But the name becomes absolutely fitting as you journey into this wide open plain. The grass is very tall and seems to be near constantly billowing in the wind that is pushed out or pulled in by the massive, like, puffed up cotton candy style clouds that loom over the plains. And under almost every single one of them is a downpour of rain and lightning and thunder that echoes for miles and miles and miles. You're lucky enough, for this stretch at least, to not be under one of those clouds. But they don't look fun to be under. I mean, a couple of us live in Oklahoma, so we're probably picturing pretty accurately what I'm talking about. But have y'all seen, like, Twister?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It storms like that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily cyclonic yet.
No,
Not necessarily tornadoes, but
some of them. But
yeah,
they all look like that as far as, like, the wind and the rain and the thunder.
In Oklahoma for only a month, but I remember it because it was summer. And I think I can picture it pretty well.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Owen's going to go ahead and tuck Badger's little pouch underneath her shirt, so there's no risk of him getting blown away.
That's
or wet.
Device. Little mouse baby.
Too precious.
One sec. Okay, sorry.
No.
Okay. I wonder if I can find, I guess. Well, that's really flashy.
Is it the one with the cow?
No.
I know that's not all.
All of these storm gifts are so, like, lots of flashing lights. And I don't want that.
If I remember, there was plenty of lightning, but what I remember more is I thought, even without the tornado, I thought I was going to blow away.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Some terrifying shit.
Yeah.
So it's storms like that, but with, like, lots of rain beneath them and lots of lightning and thunder. I just didn't want a flashing gift.
Yeah.
Mm. Except it's like the entire horizon is just dotted with them. They're freaking everywhere.
God, that one looks like it's just waiting to touch down.
Yep. I think it actually already has.
Yeah, I think that's what that little bit at the bottom is.
Yeah.
God, terrifying.
Yep.
I hate tornadoes.
So,
I used to always go out and watch them back when I lived in North Dakota.
me too.
The tornado alarms go off, we all bring out the folding chairs and go sit on the driveway and watch the sky.
See, where I'm from, that was hurricanes. You'd have hurricane watch parties, and everybody would go sit out. And of course, you had the lunatics who wanted to play hurricane football.
No.
Yep. No, that's not a joke. And yes, that led to deaths.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
In my hometown, at least, about the only deaths that ever came from hurricanes coming through were either people who were in really vulnerable positions when there were massive power outages, which you can't really do a whole lot more about, or really stupid people who decided they wanted to go play outside in the hurricane. That was it. Everybody else is always fine.
We still have tornado watch parties here. Like, it hasn't been really bad this year, but I'm still too new to it, so I hide in the basement while everybody else goes out on the porch. Yeah, basically like that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Flag and all. Except that's the wrong flag where I'm from.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. Those guys also liked showing Virginia battle flags for some reason. I don't know.
Gross.
It's the wrong state, my dudes, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not get too far down that topic.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
Oh.
God, that last gift's great though.
I
Poor
love it.
dude. Just...
Oh
Yep.
no. The stop
There it goes.
Yes. That poor woman.
Oh no.
I always am like, when they send them out and they're like, it's pretty windy out here, I'm like, yep, that's weather. Come inside now. We see it. You don't need to be doing this. They don't pay you enough for that.
You can film that from inside, I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can look out my window and see it. You can definitely look out yours.
Yeah, exactly. Like, or when they do it in New York and they're like, New Yorkers will tell you it's cold out here. And I'm like, that's why they're all inside right now, you psycho.
All I can think of watching that GIF is stop. It's hammer time.
I feel it in my bones, that thunk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
time. Just, oh.
Is the crazy weather days like that in Arizona, like when they walk outside? It's really hot today.
Absolutely not.
Good. Do they have
People
the
like baking
forks and
cookies
stuff
on their dashboards.
Oh god. Or eggs.
Eggs on the sidewalk.
I think my sister told me she did that once when she first moved to Arizona. She fried an egg on the sidewalk.
Somebody did that here once, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it doesn't take that much, especially if it's like, although it's really fucking hot there, I've heard. Obviously, Daarka knows. But I think if you leave something in the blacktop over like 90 degrees for a while, you'll still get it hot enough to fry. So she was impressed,
no, it's not a
but I
stretch.
don't know
Like
how.
you can super easily fry shit in the summer. It's not even like you have to try very hard.
Holy shit. No, thank you.
Do y'all get big rainstorms there?
In Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have the monsoon.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
gonna say, Darka's actually sent us a video once, like a while ago, where you pointed the camera out your window, and I thought like not a palm tree, but some sort of tree was just gonna blow through your backyard.
Yeah, that was years ago, but I know which one you're talking about.
Terrifying.
Anyway.
Sounds
Sorry.
like my kind of storm.
I used to want to be a storm chaser.
Oh, so you used to be crazy.
Yeah. Crazier.
That's good. I mean, we need some amount of people that kind of crazy. I'm not trying to belittle it. Just acknowledge that it's crazy.
It is a little bit of crazy. But D&D.
Yes, sorry.
You're fine. So what's everybody doing as you venture into this wonderful, horrible place?
Walking.
Shocker.
Well, it was
These
probably a little
move-
bit cringy whenever the thunder gets a little bit too loud.
Mm-hmm.
Did these move, or are they pretty stationary?
The storms?
Yeah.
A little bit of both. Some of them are pretty stationary, some of them move a lot.
Okay. They just hear kind of quiet cursing from Owen while she's walking because she's realized that some of these are moving, so drawing where they are is pointless, and that's frustrating. And also, her paper is kind of blowing away just a little bit.
Yes, that is the concern. It can't be mapped.
Yeah.
I love Owen. She's so good.
How are you supposed to see where you're going to safely walk if these things will not stay in one place? That one is over there now, and it started over here.
I don't think you are supposed to.
That is how wind works.
Normally, it's not all in one place.
I'll grant you that. Sorry. So as you guys travel, you do manage to dodge most of the storms. You do get a little rained on from like the edge of a couple of them as you go.
That's okay.
But for the most part, things seem okay. There are not a lot of trees in the Thunderous Expanse, like at all.
What a surprise.
Alright. But as you travel, after the first day or so, there is a large, very thick around the base, and then the whole trunk is kind of like knotted and warped almost. like it looks like several trees twisted together into one. So it's kind of bumpy and uneven, and the branches like spread out very wide and big leafy foliage. Almost said leaves. Leafy leaves. And it's kind of like standing in the middle of the space, like actually kind of in the middle of the road even. But like wider than the road.
Okay.
And as you guys get like nearer and nearer to it and it becomes apparent, X looks a little confused. And I would like everybody to roll me a perception check.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Am I good at this one or not? Nope, no, I'm not.
Do I get advantage for my heightened senses or no?
Oh, snap. That's incorrectly. Still no. I gotta figure that out. Anyway, I got a natural 20, so 26.
Very nice.
Oh no, Owen.
Oh, Owen.
Oh no.
No, I'm gonna say not on this one.
Okay.
It's funny because she even has the observant feat.
Okay.
Still need to do
Good
this
thing
one.
we have ice here.
So, as you guys are approaching and kind of eyeing this weird ass tree in the dead center of the road, Ice and Gummy, who can absolutely convey what he can to Skinna, see a vague, like, face-like structure in one side of the tree. Not really big. Not like the grandmother tree in Pocahontas, but definitely like that's a person shape of the face. And then Ice, you can tell like from there's even sort of a body, but it's all kind of like formed back into the tree. And the eyes are closed.
Oh dear.
What?
Just kind of points to it.
Now everybody can see the face at least.
Yeah. Feels off. Something feels off about this.
Rules, can I roll something to see if I can recall information about any particular fae that this might be, like a dryad or...
Let me see. I would say that would be a history check, yes.
Alrighty. And I do get advantage on this particular. 20.
Very nice. Yeah, so you have heard stories of dryads living in their trees, basically. They're not like typically necessarily like evil or aggressive, but they also don't usually have their trees in the middle of a road. But you get the sense that that's probably what this is. My fault.
Alright. So, pretty sure that's a dryad. X, I take it this tree wasn't in this road before.
When I was just here about a week before I ran into you all. So,
Should we just go around it?
That may be safest.
Skenna, as they're kind of gearing up to keep walking, she will take out the scroll that Kiel left for her and cast Aid on, let's see, 5 creatures. So she's going to cast it on herself, Cleva, Ice, Owen, and I think... No, I'm trying to figure out, like, between Exuberance and X, who looks squishier. Because neither of them are tanks.
Probably Exuberance.
Then she's gonna cast it on Exuberance, too. So that is 5 temporary hit points for the duration, which is 8 hours.
Okay. Cool. Get her sheet actually pulled up. Actually, I bet. Okay. Oops. Oh, shoot. Sorry, 1 second. But okay. Yeah, keep going. I'll do this in the background. So you got Aid, and you said that was 5.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if no one else has any complaints, Kaleva's gonna kind of start to steer the group around the tree, giving it a bit of a wide berth.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no complaints from Owen.
Around it.
What was that, Jules?
How far around it are you going?
Probably a good 20 yards.
I have to do math. How many feet is that?
60 feet?
Yeah.
Thank you. I was
Sorry.
like, why is this so hard? Okay. So as you guys go around, the face, the face on the side of the tree does open their eyes and kind of watch you all. Not unfriendly, but curious.
Kaleva kind of watches it out of the corner of his eye, but
Yeah.
looks like he's kind of determined to ignore it.
Mm-hmm. And you get about like halfway around, and the tree starts moving. Like the base of it that connects to the ground just kind of like lifts up and sort of twists a little bit to unwind itself.
I don't like that.
The bottom of it kind of starts to look like octopus legs almost.
I don't like that at all.
Nope.
And kind of turns a little bit to continue watching you guys.
Glaiva will try to give it a wider berth. Hacking away a little bit further and now fully watching it as he's trying to get back to the road on the other side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope I don't kill the whole party doing this. Owen's gonna...
Uh-oh.
No, she's gonna keep her distance. Like, she's with the group, but she's gonna try and test out a small wave.
Okay.
It's a way to maybe test intention.
No, I love it, actually.
Yeah. So the tree lifts one of its weird legs and waves.
Owen seems just a tiny bit more relaxed. A tiny bit more relaxed after the wave. And tries universal peace sign.
It turns out to be a mortal insult in the Fey realm. No.
No.
That would be our luck.
Like, it goes well with the wave, and then she screws it up going too far. Shit.
Then she gives a peace sign, and it kind of like it can't do that back because it only has like one root per leg.
Fair enough.
So it just kind of puts its legs back down, and like the tree tilts a little in a way that makes the head in the tree tilt a little bit. And then as it does that, in the branches of the tree, oh shoot, I need to go through and write down everybody. Can everybody give me your passive perception?
Yeah. Should just put it in dice results.
Passive perception is, do you see the bar that on the bottom of the foundry that has everybody's health bars on it and everything? The number next to the eye is passive perception.
Cool, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So Skinna and Ice and Owen, you three see something in the branches.
Mm-hmm.
I might just have to find a picture of it. Hold on. Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to accurately describe this thing. 1 second, I'll be right back. I know exactly where the picture is.
That does not make me feel any more comfortable about this.
Nope.
As Skenna notices whatever Jules is about to describe, she'll kind of give Clava's waist a squeeze, and she won't say his name, but she'll be like, hey, stop for a minute. I kind of want to talk to it.
Why?
Well, it's waving at our friend. I don't think it is here to hurt us. I just want to see what's going on. It's a little weird that this is here, right?
Yeah, okay.
Glaiva's just resigned.
He's all bristled up. All that fur along the back of his neck and his tail is just
Just
standing on
poking
end.
Skenna in the eye. Yeah, she's smoothing
Yep.
it down with her hand, just like, yeah, I
Yep.
know, shut up.
Yeah, and it just woofs right back up.
She licks her palm and just runs it down. It's like, stay down.
Why are you licking my hair?
Kidding, that's not canon.
Why
But
not?
what if it
Should be.
was?
Yeah.
Gummy would.
Wouldn't he just?
Sorry, I'm just going to scribble out some stuff in this picture so you don't see some things. Because you can't know stat stuff.
Or can we?
No.
Oh, snap.
Okay, so Izzy, Ice, and Skinna. Is that what I said?
Yep.
Sounds right.
In the tree's branches, you guys see this thing. Just chilling out. Just watching.
No!
So, well, Kaleva doesn't see it. Shut up. He just
Nope.
agreed to stop and let Skenna talk to it.
Ugh.
So Skenna sees that and looks at that instead of the face on the tree and just kind of calls out, "Can you understand me? Do you speak this language?"
Its head tilts the other way.
Wave if you understand me.
One second. Okay. It lifts one hand, not really in a wave, and then puts it back down.
Fair enough. Is there something that we can help you with? Our friend here said that he traveled through this area very recently and didn't see you here. Is everything okay?
It jumps out of the tree. I'm gonna fucking run.
Oops. What was that?
It jumps out of the tree. I'm gonna fucking run. Not Owen, me. Just away from the computer.
Oh no. It reaches specifically for you. No, does anybody speak Sylvan?
Kind of expected that's where it was gonna
Yeah.
go.
Nope.
If it starts to speak in a language that she can't understand, Skenna will quickly cast tongues on herself.
Okay. So it does. And you catch the tail end of what it was saying as the spell goes off. So it's like on a journey. And its mouth doesn't move. But you very clearly can tell the voice is coming from this thing.
I'm sorry, I had to use magic to understand you, so I didn't catch all of that. Do you say you're on a journey?
I am not. But she is.
Oh, you and this tree creature are separate entities?
Yes.
Are you friends?
No.
Are you acquaintances?
Of a sort.
It's really none of my business. I'm just curious. Is this like a parasitic relationship?
Its head tilts back the other way. Why do you travel through the Expanse?
We're just taking care of our own personal business.
Where do you travel?
A bit further north, I believe.
You get the very definite sense that it is studying you.
She's just
Like-
watching it. Just
Yeah.
unplussed. Nonplussed.
Same difference.
Owen is watching Skinna carefully because as long as Skinna's relaxed, Owen's relaxed.
While Skin is talking with this thing, does it like? Does Kaleva notice then?
Yes. Once it
The-
starts speaking, you guys can see it. You can come follow where Skinna's looking. You don't understand it. And if I'm understanding correctly, Skinna, you speak. Are you
Anything that she
Which-
speaks can be understood by anybody who can hear.
Okay.
Which
And
spell
she can
did you use?
understand.
Tongues on herself.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna ask that, and then it came up anyway, so
Yeah,
good.
she can understand any spoken language she hears, and anyone who can hear things can understand what she's saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you
it's
just
pretty
hear a
useful.
very one-sided conversation,
Mm-hmm.
followed by a language nobody understands, but sounds very pretty. Although the voice of this thing is a little unsettling. There's not, like, how to best put this. It is a completely ambiguous voice when it comes to gender, but it has a very strange resonance to it that kind of rattles something in you listening to it. It feels powerful, for lack of better phrasing, I guess.
I follow you.
Skinna will just kind of let him stare at her for a minute and then just go, this, and she glances at Clave. You said it was a dryad?
The figure in the tree, not
No, the tree.
She is.
Jules, the tree itself, is that something
Mhm.
different? Because the dryad, like the dryad
So
being the humanoid shape in the tree, and then
Yes. The dryad is the humanoid part of the tree.
So there's the humanoid part of the tree, the rest of the tree, and then this
Oh.
fucker on top.
Yes.
Okay.
And Kaleva, you can't really tell what this thing is. You've never heard of whatever this creature is, but you can tell it's Fae. It is absolutely Fae.
that tracks. Yep. Okay.
Um,
Kaleva does not look comfortable. He is not happy with the situation at all.
Nope.
Scanna doesn't care. She's
I should also clarify, it is large. Like, y'all are medium, it is large.
Great.
I forgot.
Scanna will kind of nod towards the humanoid figure in the tree and still addressing the Mothman on top of it, just be like, is it can I address her? Or them? Do they speak?
She does.
Is she awake right now?
Yes.
And she just kind of glances towards the face in the tree and goes, "Hi, is everything okay?"
Yes.
Okay.
I was resting, and the roots felt you.
I imagine they would. That's interesting. Do you don't mind us passing by, right?
No.
Okay. Well, I suppose we're just gonna carry on our way unless there's anything that you need or anything that's wrong here or anything that you want to tell us, or I would introduce myself, but I've been advised not to do that here.
She smiles at that, and then just gives like the lightest little laugh. You will fare well when you reach the Feywilds.
Thank you, that's the hope. I hope you and your acquaintance of sorts get what you're looking for. Actually, I do have a question for you. Does it have anything to do with an entity known as the Light Eater? Whatever you're doing.
The Light Eater? No. No. We moved to flee the living light.
I beg your pardon?
The living light.
The living light? She says as she kind of side-eyes her companions to make sure that they're getting that bit at least.
If this Light Eater of yours would have interest, we would love to have it sent to the Feywilds.
Oh, it's, hang on, time out. This sounds vaguely familiar, but I genuinely can't remember if this is something that happened in this game. Were we told that there was something in the Feywilds that would help work against the Light Eater?
So I think, if I'm remembering correctly, you guys got information about something in the Feywilds that works similarly to the Light Eater, but is very different. Yes.
Okay. Was there any indication that we received about, like, their relation to the Light Eater? Like, are these mortal enemies, or are these, like, just two sides of the same coin, or what?
I don't remember if you got that information.
Fair enough. But, like, we definitely weren't told that, like, this light creator shit is, like, the anti-Light Eater that we can use to defeat it. It was nothing like that, right?
No.
Okay, just want to be clear, because that would have stuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that we've heard something about that, but you don't want the Light Eater's help. It's a horrible, evil entity that we're trying to address, I suppose.
I see. That is a shame.
It is. If you don't mind, could I ask what this light bearer, what they call it?
The living light.
Living light. Can I ask what this living light, what their presence is in the Feywild and how that is impacting you all?
Sorry, I'm reading my notes really fast to make sure that I can give you the accurate thing. It is an energy. Hisses in the air, crackles. Like a snake. Like lightning. It drains the magic. Leaves us of ash. White as snow. And so we flee.
I see. We will most likely be passing through the Feywilds if all goes according to our plans, so I appreciate knowing that, and if we encounter anything along the way that can help your blight, we will definitely try to do that, I believe.
It would be greatly appreciated. The monarch would adore you.
I hope so. I can only hope so. Regardless, I hope you both, like I said, get what you're looking for and have safe travels. And I suppose we'll continue on our way.
The tree kind of settles back down into the earth, just at the side of the road that time. It didn't get very far. And she closes her eyes again.
Scanna turns back to everybody else and just like, we can keep going now. We'll catch you guys up. And she recounts the entire conversation that they missed.
Okay.
Leo wastes no time in ushering the group forward.
Yep.
It's okay. They they weren't okay.
Nightmares of the fucking thing in that tree.
I don't know. It was kind of nice looking.
That says a lot about you, Scanna.
I collect bones. I thought we were past this point.
I'm just acknowledging it.
Okay. Anyways, light. Fuck, I've already forgot the name.
Living light.
The living
Living
light.
light.
The living light that's not eating it. The living light. Thank you. So that's something that I kind of wish I had on our radar when we were back at the library, but oh well.
Thought we had run into something about that already, but I don't remember what, so...
It does sound vaguely familiar.
It's been a month, I'm sorry. I don't
Not your
remember.
fault. I remember hearing that before, I just don't
Yeah.
legitimately know where I heard it.
You might have heard it from the New Year's one. That we did
it
here.
sounds vaguely familiar to me too.
Yeah. You might have gotten information about it. I cannot remember. I'll have to go back over it.
Any further information we can write to the monastery and ask them to send any relevant information to that place in Skyquill we were talking about setting.
Oh, Daarka took notes.
Yay!
Scanna suddenly kind of jolts and she digs into her bag and pulls out her journal and flips through it a little bit and goes, oh no, it's no, it is the Light Eater. The Light Bearer is the Light Eater. In the Fey realm, its powers become reversed and it becomes an overbearing light. It is the exact same entity.
There you go. That's right. You did get that information. I'm so glad.
I knew it was something.
Well, that's good to know.
That's exhausting to know.
Yeah, Exuberance looks tired. She's like, is it good to know?
Well,
I'm not sure it's good to know.
Yes, so we don't,
It's good to know, yes. It's bad that it exists.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Did anybody else think that thing in the tree was going to just, like, tear us apart?
Why would it?
No.
I mean, it looked... I don't know. It was unsettling.
It's just a different race. If it wanted to attack us, it would have done it at some point when we weren't, like, all the way past it.
And paying attention to it.
What's that?
That's true.
And paying attention to it?
Well, yes.
Yes. I was adding to that, not...
Oh, correct.
Yeah.
Wish I had your calm. It still startled me a little. Although, I would like to sit up in those branches. They look
Listing branches.
Would you like to ask if you could join it for a time?
I think that would be unwise from what Scanna said.
Well, I don't think it was malevolent, but I also probably would be content to let it do its own thing. And besides, we have places we need to get to.
That we do.
Kaleva kind of gives himself a shudder, kind of like a dog shaking itself off, just like...
Just gonna wipe
And
some
he continues
stray
on.
hairs off her face.
In my travels through the Expanse, I have not come across one of those things before, and I think I like to keep it that way.
Yeah, same.
Shall we?
Let's.
And you all continue. Just before you get out of sight of the tree, the large humanoid owl creature climbs out of the tree and kind of meanders very slowly, not as quickly as y'all are moving. Kind of in y'all's direction, though. Like, it's kind of keeping an eye on you.
Scanna sighs, and Gummy
Don't
sits
like
on
that.
his shoulders and keeps his head on their six. So he's...
Yeah.
So while she's looking forward, Gummy is pointed backwards, and he's gonna tell her if there's
Yeah.
suddenly an owl up their asses.
Yeah. And it keeps its distance. It walks very slowly. Especially considering its size. It does walk upright on two legs, but like very hunched. It's not a fun visual. But it doesn't seem to be threatening. Just watching.
Scanna,
And not like in a straight line after you. Like kind of in a kind of diagonal. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen something look so uncomfortable while it walks.
That is exactly it.
Needs to see a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Badly.
Scanna is not like worried or tensed up or anything like that, but she's just gonna kind of calmly pipe up about like, I think that unless it wasn't already apparent, we should probably not be using names from now until a certain other point in time. We do still have company.
Could we use different names that aren't our names?
Correct. But I don't think we should refer to each other by the names that we know each other by, because that could be problematic here, and there probably are Fae watching and listening.
Okay, well then, I'm Charlie because I've always wanted to try that name and it sounds really cool.
Then this is a wonderful opportunity for that, Charlie.
X kind of nods and says, yes, anything easy that you would remember. Preferably something, a nickname, things like that. As long as it's not your full name.
Scanna
We
cocks her
used to
head
call
and-
you Moody. Does that work?
Actually, is you never quite told us if what we call you is your alias or your name. So what is it? Do we call you by that now?
You can still call me X.
Aggressive.
Ah, so it's not your name. Which would have been honestly incredibly wild if it was. I don't know why you even tried to lie about that.
Flava drags a hand down his face.
I believe you were Z.
0, yeah.
0.
Zed.
Would you still like that name?
Yeah, I mean, it works for now.
Did you all have really cool nicknames?
No.
Just the really cool kids, right?
Exactly.
Well, since X is the name I know you by, I'm still gonna call you Moody. It suits you and not in a bad way. Her mind's made up.
Yeah. He's like, only you. And what about you? Kind of gestures at Ice.
Summer.
Right. And the daughter of divinity.
That's not my name, and it's also
What?
not what you can call me.
Right. What shall we call you?
I don't know. I never really thought about any alternative names that I would want to have. I don't have any aliases. I don't even have a nickname, so that definitely complicates things.
You said you collect bones.
I do.
I'll just call you Bones.
She just kind of shrugs, like, sure.
Timpy. Sorry. That's a whole different ass joke.
Were you making a Bones joke?
I was totally making a Bones joke, thank you.
I was thinking Temperance too. I was like, Temperance.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you actually said.
Oh, Tempy?
Oh, yes.
There's a couple characters in the show that call her that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought you said Tibby as in tibia.
Oh,
No, but that's also good!
That's worse.
really good.
How you doing, humorous?
Oh. That would be funny bone.
Oh.
Oh.
Jules, you have to sit in timeout now.
Okay.
We could make this X-rated and call her Cossacks.
Yeah.
What does X have to do with it?
Oh, spit.
God.
I think it's getting late.
It is.
Oh.
It's almost giggle time.
It's
It
been
is.
a month.
It has.
We haven't gotten to giggle.
Kaleva looks to Exuberance and gestures to her as, yeah.
And
So what about you?
Uh,
Yeah, it's not easy, is it?
no. I just like punching things, but you can't call me punching things.
Fist is also a terrible name.
Yes.
What about
you-
Striker?
Ooh.
That sounds
Ooh.
a lot more creative than what I was gonna suggest.
What were you going to suggest?
I was gonna ask if you would respond to being called monk, but that sounds so almost derogatory when you say it like that.
It would be
There
very
are
confusing.
two of
though.
us. Yeah.
Yes, that's also an issue.
I like Striker. I dig that. I might go by that afterwards.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I suppose you chose your actual name at some point in your life too, didn't you?
No.
Oh. I don't know how tieflings work. You would think I do
I
at this point in my life, but I don't.
I only sort of do. So, like, that's fair. I think sometimes they pick their names, but mine was given to me.
That's fitting anyway.
Yeah, that's why.
What happens if a tiefling gets a name that's based on their personality when they're really young, but then they grow up and become a completely different person?
I think you can change it.
I suppose there's not a law about it, but
Mm-mm. I think some do. Just change their names.
I would expect as much.
I haven't honestly known that many.
Is your name a typical name for tieflings, or?
Well, it's the same sort of style. They call it a virtue, but it can really be any word. Think.
A virtue name?
Mm-hmm.
I've read about some stuff like that. It wasn't super common in the books that I had at home, but there's names like yours, which are names that anybody could have, and then I think the virtue names that she's referring to are more things like kind of the nicknames that we're pulling up for ourselves here, almost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I've only known a couple other tieflings, and they had normal names too. Not virtue names, I mean.
She kind of smirks and does quotation mark fingers. Normal names, huh?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Well, apparently we're gonna find out more soon. It'll be an adventure for both of us.
Mm-hmm. He sounds very guarded about that, and he just kind of sets his shoulders and continues on.
Scanna just kind of settles the side of her head against his back and zones out. Well, except, no, she goes into Gummy senses because he's right there on her shoulder. So she can still, like, be a part of the conversation, but she's technically watching behind them.
All lanky and creepy. Just striding.
First saw that picture, I thought the beak was actually a mouth, like an open, smiling mouth, and it was.
Oh God, that's even worse.
Yeah, I know.
Like a cat face. Oh, my computer.
Yeah.
Well,
You said that he was walking diagonally. Does that mean that since, like, the longer we go on, the further he is away from us? Or, like, he's
kind of.
sideways shuffling like a crab in our direction?
Oh, no. No, like, he moved at a diagonal at first to kind of get so he wasn't directly behind you. To walk sort of, like, behind but to the side.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, just straight.
You said that he doesn't move as fast as we are. Is he keeping pace now?
It seems like about every time it would almost lose you guys, they just speed up a bit and then slow back down. Like, just keeping you within sight.
Joy.
Skenna's not gonna say anything out loud, but she's gonna cast Sending and send a message directly back to this creature and just go, "Is there something we can help you with?"
And can you understand various languages when you do sending?
Let me double check, because that's a good question, because tongues would still be up, but I don't know if this counts as a spoken language. This spell enables creatures with intelligence scores of at least 1 to understand the meaning of the message. It doesn't say anything about the message I receive, about if I can understand the language. I'm assuming so, because it also says it recognizes you as the sender if it knows you and can answer in a like manner immediately. So if I can understand it, I imagine it can too. Or vice versa.
I would think so.
And also, tongues is still up just in case, because it lasts for an hour. I don't know.
We'll say, yeah, you can understand at least the intent of the message, if maybe not the actual words.
Oh, you know what? No, there was a thing in Critical Role. They talked to a big creature that they super didn't have the language for, and it does that. We're good.
Okay.
I'm just assuming they're doing it right.
Yeah, sometimes they have table rules, but
yeah.
What's the type of spell? Abjuration, conjuration, the school. That's what I want.
Tongues is divination, and sending is evocation.
That's a choice.
You're evoking a message.
Sure. Okay.
That's a choice.
Like, have you read through the evocation spells?
Mm-hmm. So basically,
it explicitly does not refer to language, so sending does not involve language.
Yeah. That's kind of what I figured, since it's telepathic, and from what I've seen in other games, it's usually like you said, like it conveys the meaning more than exact words sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, basically what you get back is I am simply observant.
She's content with that, so she just keeps chilling. Gummy keeps watching though, but otherwise she's minding her own business.
The watcher is watched. All right.
Now we know who.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Now we know who watches the Watchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gummy.
Yep.
So I included a list of our fake names in the note-taking channel.
I saw that.
Thank you, because
X's looks like a dead face.
It does. I was thinking that.
Also, I
Which also
super
tracks.
did not plan for Skinna to be Bones, but I was sitting here like, that actually kind of works.
I'm a dumbass who didn't even fucking consider the knight title she had in her Guild Wars 2 iteration, which was her alias. Like, fuck me.
The Knight of Bones. Yep.
I was like, that's the only thing X would be able to think of, and it was perfect.
That just poetry. I love it.
He doesn't know very much about Skinna. One thing he does know
knows what she did as a courtier.
Yeah. The daughter of Bones. That's what it is.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, so you guys travel for the rest of that day. Nothing super crazy happens. You do get to a point right about as the sun starts to go down, where X stops everybody and says, from here we have to leave the road. So it would be best for us to camp on the road. and continue to.
Sure. Scanna kind of loosens up from Clava's back and slithers down to the ground and then kind of stretches her legs a minute and then ends up starting to cast Tiny Hut.
Are we still being trailed by the owl thing?
Yep.
Yep. Is Clava asking that?
Well, Clave is looking, but
If Skenna sees him looking, she'll just kind of catch his eye and nod at him. Because she's been watching that thing this whole time through Gummy.
Yeah.
what if it's still following us tomorrow? Should we be leading it to where we're going?
And why would that matter?
We don't know its intentions.
Well, not super transparently, maybe, but I have no reason to assume that it is in any way malevolent. It's not done anything to indicate that. We'll keep watch tonight, and if it's just sitting there staring at us and being a little bit unnerving, then it'll be unnerving, but if it tries to do anything, that's kind of a different story, and we'll have grounds to... It's just... I've had stray animals follow me around, and it doesn't mean that they want to kill anybody that I come into contact with, so I don't know how this works with Fae.
But these are fake creatures. They're unpredictable.
Say the
Right.
least.
But that, to me, and I don't have any experience with it, so I obviously don't know what I'm talking about, but to me, them being unpredictable means it's just as likely that something horrible could be happening as it is that this is just them being curious. I don't know. I don't know what choice we have either.
We could always talk to it again tomorrow.
We could.
True.
I can make sure that I have the ability to do that. Would anyone else prefer to be the one having that conversation? Because I can only make it so that one of us understands them.
I mean, you've already built a rapport with it.
Fair enough. I could try and tell, I guess, if it's lying at any rate. I don't know how well it would work, but I tend to be decent at that.
I suppose it won't hurt.
Regardless, it won't be able to interfere with anything we have inside the dome tonight. I just would kind of worry about the horses if anything bad were to happen.
Yeah, I still intend to keep watch tonight, so...
Of course, I think that we should. And Gummy will be awake the whole night too. And she's saying all this as she's doing, I assume, the somatic components of the spell, but at some point she'll shut up and actually do the fucking spell for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. And Eggs
Clay-
throws out that he only has to trance for 4 hours and he'll be awake for the rest.
Yeah, while Skin is getting the tiny hut set up, he'll, brush down the horses, make sure they're fed, and probably tether them
That's probably
somehow in the area, just in case.
Yeah. I mean, even just considering the storms, that's probably smart.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're tethering them to, but you could hobble them. Skenna doesn't say that, Daarka says that. Skenna's busy.
Yeah, I think what Kaleva was thinking is just have like the leads, the reins or whatever, just to drive like a stake or something into the ground and attach them to that. Or
Oh, honey, a horse can rip that up so easy.
yeah, well, Kaleva didn't know that.
Okay, fair enough.
He's never owned horses before this.
He's
So.
doing great.
Well,
He's doing great.
and while that's true, the question is kind of begged there. Are we worried about the horses ripping it up, or are we worried about something taking the horses?
Well, if something's gonna take the horses, there's only so much that we can fucking do about that. Like, first of all, if someone's keeping watch throughout the entire night, we'll see if that happens, if something's happening to the horses. So it's, I think it's
The
more...
main concern would be like lightning striking nearby enough that it spooks them.
Right, so my concern is less that something is taking the horses and more that the horses decide to just kind of fuck off. I don't know if video game horses do that in this game. I don't know if they just stay where you dismount from them, but regardless. But obviously Clava's only gonna do what Clava knows to do, but just Daarka feels super compelled to say that like a hobble would mean that regardless of if someone's taking them or if they are leaving on their own agency, they can't really get far.
How do you do that?
You basically just, like, it sounds worse than it is when I say that you basically tie their legs together, but that's not exactly what's happening. It's more that you have, like, a short tether, like, chain gang style between, like, their two either front or back legs. So that means that, like, they can still walk around, but, like, they're shuffling, basically.
Okay.
So, like, they can't really get distance or, like, take off or anything. It's generally the way that horses are secured when there's nothing realistically to tie them to.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because there are no trees anywhere, so.
Right.
Yeah, I looked it up. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And just disclaimer, like, it's not a bad thing to do to them. It's situational, but, like, it's not horrible treatment of them or anything.
So, you guys get settled in for the night.
Mm-hmm.
In what?
I said, mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you said, I was like, what?
Actually, no, we don't.
No, I refuse to settle.
Okay.
Too many zoomies must run.
Oh, God. And you get struck by lightning. No,
That's fair.
That would just turbocharge him.
Oh, God. Just a puffball. The zooming puff.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
I get the real super speed, right? To get struck by lightning.
There you go.
That's how you become no. Anyway.
Let's not say the name, because I'm pretty sure that's copyrighted.
So, who else taking watch?
Flame is.
I can take a watch.
Okay. How many hours are y'all resting?
The dome lasts for 8 hours. Sorry, exuberance.
You're fine.
So I imagine X is definitely at least one of those watches. Gummy is omnipresent, and
X is half of it.
and Clava and Ice both wanted one.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I think that has us covered.
Yeah. They could do 2, and then X can do 2 with Gummy doing 4.
Gummy's there the whole night. He doesn't need to sleep.
Right. So 4
So
2-hour
4.
watches.
Oh, 4. Sorry, I thought you meant 4 hours, and like he doesn't have
No,
literally
I'm
anything to do for the rest of the night. He can keep watch.
No. So it's like Gummy and Ice, Gummy and Kaleva, and then X and Kaleva for 4 hours.
You mean Gummy and X?
Yes, that's what I meant. Gummy and X. Not Kaleva, because Kaleva goes to bed. Names.
Names are hard.
They
Yeah.
are.
It's been a day, you guys.
It's gonna be harder soon.
Yeah. So everybody who's doing a watch, roll me a perception check.
Alright.
$17 for Gummy.
One sec. I just had a thought.
Alex, honey, what are you doing? I wish it would add in your stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how to make it do that, and I don't know why it's not doing it. But that's a total of 21. It tells me when I roll it. It just doesn't show it there for some reason.
That is weird.
Especially because it did when I did it for...
Yeah.
But by accident.
Yeah.
It does it for you, and it does it for Daarka.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so everybody sees the Watcher.
I'm so sorry.
Bless you.
That's you.
That came on really fast. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I only peed myself a little bit.
To me, it just sounded like you went... I think it cut most of it off.
Oh, good.
Your mic said no.
Smart device. I'm happy with it.
Yeah. No, so everybody sees the creepy owl watcher sitting off in the distance. Y'all are under a dome that is opaque on the outside.
Correct.
And prevents all magic from passing through it.
Mhm.
Yep. It's still
Which, if I
just
remember right,
staring at y'all.
that's fair.
Is it
If I
staring?
remember right, it actually prevents even true sight. Because the
Does
magic of
it?
true sight can't penetrate it.
Yeah. Is
If
it?
I remember right. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
It's fine. I was just gonna ask, and this might have been answered by what you just said, but like, is it staring at the dome in general, or like a specific body, or between bodies, or what?
Sorry, I am doing a quick Google search.
Please do double check me. Because I could very easily be remembering that wrong.
No, I think you're right.
I also have like 3 min-maxer friends I could yell at real quick.
Okay, no, it is looking at the dome.
Okay.
I found a very nice breakdown.
Nice.
Liv's gonna paint this thing on his watch.
What'd you say?
Clave is going to take out his paints and actually paint this thing.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that way we can share our nightmare fuel with everybody.
Right? Same with the tree and the dryad. Specifying the tree with its weird tentacle root things as included.
Weird little fucked up octopus tree.
Yeah.
Alright. It does start to rain during the night, but you guys are in the nice hut. so you don't get wet at all.
Sorry, ponies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They... How many horses do you have? 3?
1, 2, 3, 4. If Exuberance has one, 5.
Okay.
No, Claire's not there.
I didn't
No,
count Claire.
but...
Oh, sorry.
X, Exuberant, Ice, Owen, and then Skin and Clava share one.
Yeah. All of the horses actually fare pretty well. None of them get too spooked and freaked out. Some lightning does come pretty close, but nothing close enough that they startle. And the freaky fey creature watching you guys doesn't seem to be fazed by any of it, nor does it sleep.
Still not disturbing.
Yeah. And then day breaks. And it is drizzling. And I think we will end it there tonight, right before you guys head off the road towards the village.
Cool.
Yay!
Yay!
Huzzah!
That was awesome.